You can't swear when you do it.
I know. That's my whole problem.
It's YouTube. You can say whatever you want.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can. True story.
Well, okay, because I was being nice when I said, I'm not going to say it's pissing out. I actually said seeping.
Yeah. Feel the tit here. Feel this tit right here. Yeah.
Okay, it's on. It's running right now. So start.
Oh, it's already running.
Start
You're being
want.
recorded.
I don't care.
I know you
My
don't.
name's Zachary Beach, and my male lover is Jay Harrison.
When you're done. Okay, now that...
That's right. A little background noise won't hurt.
A little bit. Okay. Okay, now that we're pretty much disassembling the valve, a few more screws here, and then we'll get to kind of the more technical side of what we need to be careful with. Okay, so the Toro valves are one of the most, this series is very unique because it's the only valve that actually has two screws that bolts down the solenoid. But now what we have to be really careful of is once we remove the solenoid, especially in the field, that there is a plunger, but within the plunger there is a very small spring. Okay, we lose that spring, it's very easy, it's not easy to find. So the spring goes in, and the confusing thing is once people don't pay attention, that little point goes to the spring and the grommet stays down. So we always want to make sure that our plunger is movable and flexible. And of course we want to just keep this out of the way. Behind that there is an O-ring. The O-ring simply can be placed over, set it aside. Okay, now once you remove the solenoid, you have two additional screws that bolt down the top itself. So once we remove those screws, then we're actually going into the valve itself, which is just a couple simple parts on this particular valve. Okay. So underneath we have a larger spring. Okay. Then we have the actual diaphragm itself, and then the support ring. Okay. So what we want to look for, sometimes it's just a diaphragm. Like this is an old diaphragm. In comparison to the new diaphragm, you can see the wear and tear difference. Huge difference. Okay, but what we also want to look for is at the support ring is there's any fractures, which is pretty common, especially these valves last a long time, in that support ring. So generally you have to buy these two pieces by themselves, but if you're going to change one, change them both. Okay, so the support ring goes in, simple. Diaphragm goes on. You don't have to line anything up. It can go any direction you want. Spring goes in. Top goes back on. Now what you want to keep in mind is this valve is designed for a very slow shutdown rate. So when you're manually bleeding the valve, which is done here, okay, by loosening this, the valve will manually open. It has a very slow shutdown time. So don't be impatient. If it takes a minute, that's normal. If it takes 5 minutes, that's not normal. Okay, but also when we take that apart, we want to make sure no debris, no dirt, no nothing has gotten back into our valve. We want to keep it 100% clean. Other than that, it's just reassembling, tightening. Nothing needs to be, and watch using electric drills, power screwdriver stuff, because if you over tighten stuff and you strip something out, that means everything you just try to do, could be a whole nother project. So if you have any questions, call Dave Moore at Do It Yourself Sprinklers at 362-8778. Don't put that in there.
I heard it. I'm gonna call Rochelle's. I'm gonna call. I got Rochelle's photograph. I can cause a nightmare for you. You know the reason Timmy comes home late every night? Because he's out here fucking one of the girls who works here.
Oh yeah, that cost me big time.
Yeah.
She's already insecure enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you see what he's
Was that good?
really be
Yeah,
Or-
that's great. Yeah,
Do you want more? Or
that's
just-
awesome. I'm just going to do an outro now. I'll say thanks a lot. We're going to go back out and put this valve together.
I try to keep it simple.
You can't see her ugly knees.
That was good.
It's comfortable.
All right. Give me a line up here.
Oh,
Okay, go to your left.
my left.
Your other left.
It's just, my left.
Yeah, your
I was
left.
looking at your left.
Yeah, your left. Okay, I'm just going to come over and say thanks, and we're out of here.